N7 BBS Jim, November 7 Bravo Bravo Sierra, and today I'm going to give you a little video. It's my first one on YouTube and I'm not very good at this. I will practice again, but I'm doing this video. It actually is so I can show a friend of mine how to make connectors with how to make jumpers with the PL259 coaxial connectors. And I have some LMR 400, no, this is 8U, LMR 400, same thing. Anyway, I'm going to give the instructions. The things that you're going to need, of course, is the coaxial cable, two connectors. I really like to use connectors that have the ceramic insulators between the anode and the ground. That way, if you get them too hot, they're not going to melt on you. And I can't stress that there's a fine line between too hot and not hot enough when you're working with solder and you're working with these connectors. The other things that you're going to need is you're going to need a good diagonal cutter. You're going to need a very sharp single edge razor blade, which I use to trim the wire back. You're going to need a good soldering gun. The one I'm using is a Weller that I got in 1961, so probably hard to find that. Soldering irons will work, but they're just not as good as the soldering gun when working on these connectors. Unfortunately, there's so many soldering irons out there, they'd much rather have you pay $10 for a jumper rather than to have you make them. Making one probably cost me a couple dollars. I actually get the connectors on eBay, and they're anywhere from, depending on how many you buy, from $1 to $2 a piece. And of course, the coax, you know, it depends on how much coax you got laying around. But usually, by the time I get done with making my jumpers, I have maybe at the most $3 invested in the jumper, and that includes the solder and not including my time. But anyway, this is a completed jumper, and the first part of the video I forgot to turn the sound on. So I'm just going to let you kind of look at me and where I measured and work and kind of figure that one out. And then the second part of the video there, I do some talking, and I'll include that. I don't have any kind of real editing software, so I'm going to have to kind of play that one by ear when I load up my Macintosh. Took a bite, and iMovie is so great for doing digital videos, and now I'm forced to use the software that comes with Microsoft Video or whatever. Is just not really good for editing, not in my opinion. But it's free, and again, it's not an Apple, not iMovies, which is much easier to work with. All right, 73, and let's get on with the video. Stop. I'm going to demonstrate on how to solder a connector on a cable. Now I've already done all the preliminaries, so let me just kind of backtrack. I forgot to put the volume on, so let me kind of backtrack. What I've done, okay, is I've fitted the cable. I've trimmed the cable back. As you can see, I've trimmed it back so it's pretty much to length. Oops. And let me see if I can zoom in on this here a little bit. Yeah, get this right here. Okay, as you can see, I've trimmed it back. I have the shield that's right up to the end of the plastic. If I set this over, set the connector next to it, you can see that, you can see that it's the same length, that the anvil is going to come right up to the end, and it's all fitted. Now I'm all ready to solder. You can see the end is a little bit past the plastic outer across the braided shield, and so I'm all set. I've tinned the ends of the anode, as you can see. I've tinned the ends of the anode. Now I'm going to screw this on very lightly and make sure that everything is centering up. Now let me see if I can get the other coax out of here, out of the end. I've got it kind of wedged up in here so I didn't have to take my hands off when I was working on it.